Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Today, we have Mehdi Meshkani from Ryerson University, who will be presenting his research on-demand shared mobility. Mehdi Meshkani received his bachelor's degree from the University of Sistan Baluchistan in Iran and his master's degree in roads and transportation engineering from Tarbiyat Modarres University in the same country, and he's currently a PhD candidate at the Laboratory of Innovations in Transportation, or LITRANS, at Ryerson University under the supervision of Dr. Bilal Farouk. His research mostly focuses on designing on-demand shared mobility systems. More precisely, he develops matching algorithms for large-scale application and assesses their impact on transportation network utilizing simulation and optimization methods. And okay, floor is all yours, Mehdi. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mohammed. Hello, everyone. My name is Mehdi Meshkani. I'm fourth year PhD student of transportation engineering from Ryerson University. Today, my presentation is on a dynamic many-to-one ride matching algorithm for shared mobility services on congested network. The table of contents include introduction and motivation, methodology, case study, results and analysis, and finally conclusion and future work. We start with introduction and the motivation. Shared mobility is a shared use of vehicle, bicycle, or other travel mode that passengers have short-term access to the transportation mode. Over the last decade, because of advancement in the information technology and communication technology, such as smartphone and high-speed internet, on-demand shared mobility services have gained a lot of attention. Some benefits of such services are decrease in traffic congestion and emissions, decline in parking space demand, and reduction in travel costs. Despite these benefits, some studies evaluated the traffic congestion in San Francisco between 2010 and 2016. The results show that on-demand transportation companies such as Uber and Lyft contribute significantly to the increase in traffic congestion. On the other hand, some other studies show that increase in the vehicle occupancy rate because of ride sharing in New York City can reduce the current taxi fleet by 59%. So in order to obtain sustainable benefits from such services, well-designed systems needs to be developed that utilize supply efficiently while providing a high-quality service. Ride matching problem is the core of ride-hailing and ride-sharing systems. The purpose is finding the best vehicle from large pool of vehicles for a ride request. The dynamic many-to-one ride matching refers to an on-demand shared mobility service where one vehicle can serve multiple riders simultaneously. Different studies addressed a many-to-one ride matching problem. Service quality and computational complexity are two important aspects of such problems. For example, Alonso proposed a ride matching algorithm which is efficient in terms of service quality. However, according to Simonetto, their algorithm may face a scalability issue because its complexity is dependent on maximum vehicle capacity. Simonetto developed a ride matching algorithm which is efficient in terms of computational complexity. However, because it's based on one-to-one matching, its service quality is not always guaranteed. Tafreshian proposed the efficient one-to-one ride matching algorithm, and then they extended it to many-to-one ride matching. However, they reported that for the many-to-one ride matching, the algorithm has poor service quality. Also, their algorithm computationally is expensive because of considering high number of clusters, especially for larger scale problems. Most of the studies in the context of ride-hailing and ride-sharing considers macro or mesoscopic modeling scale, and it is still not clear how ride-matching algorithm can affect traffic congestion in the presence of other vehicles. To fill these gaps, in this study, we propose a novel heuristic algorithm for the dynamic many-to-one ride matching problem. The proposed algorithm provides a high quality service while it is efficient in terms of computational complexity. we compared the algorithm with the ride matching algorithm developed by Simonetto at IBM. Both algorithms are implemented on an agent-based microtraffic simulator to evaluate how they affect traffic congestion in the presence of other vehicles. The next part is methodology. This is the general framework of a ride matching system. Passengers send their request to a dispatcher in a rolling horizon approach. Dispatcher runs the matching algorithm, let's say every 20 seconds or 30 seconds to assign passengers to the vehicles, and then vehicles start traveling to pick up and drop off the passengers. In our problem, there is a set of ride requests or riders. There is a set of shared vehicles. These shared vehicles can be idle or en route. Each ride request provides the system with some information: origin, destination, request time, and time window. This time window includes earliest departure time and the latest arrival time. Based on this information, the ride matching system estimates passengers' travel time without ride sharing and passengers' latest departure time. In this study, we assume that to make the system more dynamic, we assume that request time and earliest departure time are the same. There are some constraints. Let M be vehicle's current location, T is current time, and TAB is travel time with ride sharing. The first constraint, Z0, is capacity constraint, ensures that vehicles should have at least one available seat. Z1 ensures that passengers should be picked up before the latest departure time. This is current time, and this is travel time from vehicle relocation to passenger's origin. And Z2 ensures that passengers should be dropped off before the latest arrival time. This is current time, travel time from vehicle location to passenger's origin, travel time from passenger's origin to passenger's destination. Our algorithm is called graph-based many-to-one matching, or GMOMatch. GMOMatch has two steps, step 1 and step 2. The algorithm is iterative. The step two is iterative. The entire algorithm is iterative as well. In step 1, there is a set of requests and there is a set of vehicles. First, we create a bipartite graph, and for this bipartite graph, we solve a linear assignment problem to assign passengers to the vehicles. And then in step 2, there is a set of assigned vehicles based on step 1. We create a general graph. It's called vehicle directed graph. And for this graph, we solve maximum weight matching problem to match the vehicles, which means that we combine their requests. This slide illustrates the algorithm with a small example. There are 8 passengers and 5 vehicles. In step 1 of the algorithm, first we create a bipartite graph. For this bipartite graph, we solve a linear assignment problem to assign passengers to the vehicles. For example, passenger 2 is assigned to vehicle 1, passenger 3, vehicle 3, passenger 7, vehicle 2, and passenger 8, vehicle 5. These vehicles are called assigned vehicles. These assigned vehicles in step 2 actually are vertices of vehicle graph. Yeah, there is a set of assigned vehicles from step 1. Then we create a vehicle graph. And for this vehicle graph, we solve a maximum weight matching problem in order to match the vehicles and combine the request. In this example, vehicle 2 and vehicle 3 are matched together, which means that we can actually combine their ride requests. Vehicle 1 has passenger 2, vehicle 2 has passenger 7 and passenger 3. and vehicle 5 has passenger 8. This is the first iteration in step 2. In the second iteration, again, we create the vehicle graph, and then we solve the maximum weight matching problem to match the vehicles and combine the request. Here, vehicle 2 and 1 are matched together, and vehicle 2 has passenger 7, 3, and passenger 2. In the first iteration of the algorithm, we assigned 4 requests to the vehicles. In the second iteration, we assigned the rest of the write requests. Again, we create a bipartite graph. For this bipartite graph, we solve the linear assignment problem to assign passengers to the vehicles. Vehicle 1, passenger 1 is assigned to vehicle 1, passenger 4, vehicle 2, passenger 5, vehicle 5, and passenger 6, vehicle 3. And then in the step 2, actually we have the assigned vehicles. Then we create a vehicle graph, and we solve the maximum weight matching problem to match the vehicles. In this case, vehicle 1 and 3 are matched together, and vehicle 1 has passenger 1 and passenger 6. And at the end, the final assignment, vehicle 1 has passenger 1 and passenger 6, vehicle 5 has passenger 8 and passenger 5, and vehicle 2 has passengers 2, 4, 7, and 3. In this way, we assign the write request to the vehicles. In step 1, to cost calculation and to determine the sequence of pickup drop-off, I used the insertion method already used by Alonso and Simonetto. Actually, for example, vehicle 1 has some onboard passengers. This is the vehicle 1 tour. Positive numbers means pickup, and the negative numbers means drop-off. For example, pick up passenger 10, pick up passenger 7, passenger 8, drop off passenger 7, and so on. We're going to assign new request 5 to this vehicle. The idea is that we should keep the current sequence of this tour. And then for inserting positive 5, there are different locations, different spots, stars. And for inserting -5, there are different locations, squares. And in this way, we can create different combinations. For different combinations, for each combination, we need to check constraints Z1 and Z2. And then we should calculate the tour time. The tour time is the time that vehicle needs to serve all of the passengers in its tour. Among different feasible combinations, we should actually pick the one with minimum tour time. We can formulate the bipartite graph as the linear assignment problem. In this problem, the objective is minimizing shared vehicles travel time. The constraints 1 ensures that each vehicle should be assigned to only one rider. Constraints 2 ensures that each rider should be assigned to only one vehicle, and constraints 3 is binary constraints. Because the linear assignment problem is totally unimodular, we can relax these constraints. To solve the algorithm, I use the Hungarian algorithm. Hungarian algorithm is one of the most effective and most common algorithms for solving linear assignment problem. Given n by n cost matrix, its complexity is O(n) to the power of 3. In step 2, to create the vehicle graph, we have a bipartite graph. Here, we assign the passengers to the vehicles. As I mentioned, these vehicles are assigned vehicles, and they are the vertices of vehicle graph. To determine the direction of the links in vehicle graph, we define 3 constraints. Based on the first constraints, only idle vehicles can be matched with other vehicles. Other vehicles can be idle or unidle. For example, here, this vehicle is idle, this vehicle is en route. The idle vehicle can be matched with en route, but the en route vehicle cannot be matched with idle vehicle. Which means that we can assign write request 2 to this vehicle, but we cannot assign request or passenger 7 to this vehicle. Based on constraints 2, Z prime 2, assigned vehicles with less or equal number of occupants can be matched with assigned vehicles with more number of occupants, which means that vehicle 1, the number of occupants of vehicle 1 should be less than or equal to the number of less than or equal the number of occupants of vehicle 2. And second and the third constraint is the capacity constraints that ensures that the vehicle should have at least one available seat. For example, here, vehicle 2, in order to receive passenger number 2, should have at least one available seat. In step 2, to cost calculation and to determine the sequence of a pickup drop-off, I used the same insertion method. For example, here, that is the vehicle 1 tour obtained from step 1. This is the vehicle 2 tour obtained from step 1. We're going to actually match these two vehicles, and we're going to actually combine their write requests to assign passenger number 2 to this vehicle. We use the same idea. This is the vehicle 2 tour. For inserting R2, positive R2, there are different locations. For inserting negative R2, there are different locations. And in this way, different combinations are created. For each combination, again, constraints Z1 and Z2 should be checked. And then for each combination, for feasible combinations, the tour time should be estimated. And then among the feasible combinations, the one with minimum tour time should be chosen. In the obtained vehicle graph, the purpose is finding a matching to minimize shared vehicles travel time. This problem is in graph theory is equivalent to maximum weight matching problem. To solve first, we need to convert the problem to the standard form of maximum weight matching problem, and then we can use Edmond's we use Edmond-Boltzmann algorithm to solve the maximum weight matching problem. The Edmond's algorithm, its complexity is O V squared dot E. V is number of vertices and E is number of edges. As can be seen, we solve the problem, and vehicle 2 and 3 are matched together, and vehicle 1 has passenger 2, vehicle 2 has passenger 7 and 3, and vehicle 5 has passenger 8. The next part is a case study. Downtown Toronto Road network was chosen as the study area. This network faces recurrent traffic congestion during morning and afternoon peak period. This network consists of 268 nodes, 839 links, and its area is 3.31 by 3.14 kilometers square. This network was implemented in the MATLAB environment. The network loading period is 15 minutes, 7:45 to 8 a.m. However, the network loading period is 15 minutes. However, the simulation lasts until all of the write requests either arrive at destination or leave the system. The demand is based on 5 minutes interval from 2011 Transportation Tomorrow survey. The demand within 5 minutes are distributed randomly using a Poisson distribution, and the GMOMatch and the IBM algorithms were implemented on a microtraffic simulator in the MATLAB environment. The next part is results and analysis. The first part of the result is the comparative analysis. We compared GMOMatch and IBM. To do so, 5 scenarios were created by varying fleet size. Fleet sizes are 210, 230, 250, 270, and 290. The demand for shared vehicles is 25% of the total demand. which is 1,372 trips. The matching interval is 30 seconds, and the capacity of vehicles were considered 4. Different indicators were measured, including service rate, which is number of served requests over total number of ride requests, vehicle kilometer traveled, wait time, detour time, traffic travel time, and traffic speed. For the service rate for different fleet size, the GMOMatch showed higher service rate compared to the IBM algorithm. For example, for the fleet size of 290, GMOMatch showed a 95% service rate, while the IBM algorithm, service rate for IBM algorithm is 72%. GMOMatch showed 32% improvement. One of the reasons is that the IBM algorithm is based on one-to-one matching, which means that at each matching time, only one request can be assigned to a vehicle, despite the existence of several requests at one location. These features affects the service rate negatively, because in congested networks, the probability of having several requests with similar itineraries is high, especially with a specific origin or destination, such as first mile and last mile problems. In contrast, the GMOMatch combines the request with similar itineraries, and with the same number of vehicles, increases the service rate. For vehicle kilometer traveled for different fleet size, GMOMatch showed less vehicle kilometer traveled compared to the IBM algorithm. For example, for fleet size of 290, GMOMatch showed 16% improvement compared to the IBM algorithms. One of the reasons is that in the IBM algorithms, vehicles have more en route assignments, and the vehicles that are en route have to change their ride request. They have to change their travel paths more frequently to pick up new passengers. Sometimes they may travel, they may take long distances to pick up new passengers. This repetitive change in their travel paths increases the VKT. In contrast, the GMOMatch vehicles are usually assigned multiple passengers instead of one, and vehicles have less change in their travel path that increases decreases the vehicle kilometer traveled. For detour time and wait time, there is not a significant difference between the two algorithms. However, with the same detour time and wait time, GMOMatch can serve much more ride requests compared to the IBM algorithm. For example, for the fleet size of 290 with 4 minutes wait time, GMOMatch can serve 95% of the total request, while the IBM algorithms can serve 72% of the total requests. For travel time and traffic speed for different fleet size, the GMOMatch showed better performance compared to the IBM algorithms. For example, for fleet size of 290, GMOMatch showed around 4% improvement for both traffic travel time and the traffic speed compared to the IBM algorithm. One of the reasons is that the IBM algorithm increases the number of shared vehicles on the road network, because at each matching time, some idle vehicles are called and assigned new requests. These idle vehicles that have only one passenger when they start traveling enter the network and worsen the traffic congestion. In contrast, GMOMatch, by combining the request, increases the vehicle occupancy rate and reduces the number of shared vehicles on the road network. The second part of the result is the sensitivity analysis. Two scenarios were created by varying demand and varying vehicle capacity. by increasing for the demand, 4 different percentage were considered: 10%, 15%, 20%, and 25%. For when the demand is 10%, the service rate is 100%, and when the demand increases, the service rate decreases. For 25% demand, when the demand is 25%, the service rate drops to 58%. For a vehicle kilometer traveled, by increasing the demand, vehicle kilometer traveled is increased because vehicles serve more requests. The tour time and wait time are decreased because by increasing the demand, the probability of finding a more efficient matching is increased. A more efficient matching means passengers with similar itineraries are combined together and assigned to a vehicle. And finding a more efficient matching and lower values of the tour time can mitigate the traffic congestion. By increasing the demand, traffic travel time goes down. In the second scenario, we considered different capacities: capacity of 4, capacity of 6, and capacity of 10 for different fleet size. For the vehicle with capacity of 10, the service rate is 100%. This shows that in the congested areas where there are many requests with similar itineraries, utilizing medium and high capacity vehicles are efficient and can reduce the number of vehicles. Also, by increasing the capacity, the tour time and wait time are increased because vehicles have to visit more locations to pick up and drop off the passengers. And finally, conclusion and future work. In this study, we developed a novel graph-based algorithm for solving the dynamic many-to-one right matching problem. To evaluate the performance of the algorithm, it was compared with the right matching algorithm developed by Simonetto at IBM. Both algorithms were implemented on an in-house micro-traffic simulator to compare their performance in the presence of traffic congestion. Our results show that GMOMatch improved the service rate by 32% when compared to the IBM algorithm. For other indicators, GMOMatch showed either the enhancement or similar performance. The proposed algorithm has the potential to address different social, economical, and environmental aspects. It can be used for different types of urban areas, including congested areas, as well as the low demand areas. As an example of low demand areas, we can mentioned the city of Belleville. City of Belleville converted its late night fixed route public transit into on-demand transit service in September of 2018. The analysis of service showed that on-demand transit service can be a very good solution, can be a very good and effective solution for people with low accessibility in low demand areas or during low demand periods of the day. GMOMatch can be useful here by providing an efficient matching with low wait time. Another example is town of Innisfil. Actually, they concluded that operating conventional public transit is not economical. As an alternative, they started an on-demand crowdsourced transit service in 2017 that is offered by Uber. In such situation, GMOMatch again has the potential to further reduce the operational cost with efficient sharing of trips while maintaining low wait and travel times. Also, recent studies show that shared on-demand mobility service has the potential to reduce the emissions by 30% after replacing personal vehicles. There are some directions for the future. In this study, we didn't consider the pricing. For the future, we can take the pricing into account because matching and pricing are actually can affect each other significantly. Another direction is that is using the k-partite matching approaches in order to combine the two steps of the proposed algorithm. And another one is that in this study, we didn't have any vehicle relocation system. By predicting the demand and developing a vehicle relocation system using machine learning techniques, we can improve the efficiency of the system. This study was recently published in the Journal of Sustainable Cities and Society. At the end, I would like to thank Qtrig and Ryerson University for funding this project. I would like to thank my supervisor, Dr. Bilal Farouk, for his great guidance and support during this project. I would like to thank Dr. Shadi Javadian for the initial implementation of the base traffic microsimulator adapted in this study. And a special thanks to University of Toronto, ITE, a student chapter for giving me this opportunity. And thank you all for your attention.